Hello and welcome back to my channel. For anyone that's new here, my name is Yasmin. My channel centers around self-love and teaching you practices of the mind and body that help foster a sense of self-love. If this is something that interests you, definitely hit that subscribe button down below to see more videos like this one. So I'm in a new space today. I recently moved back in with my parents. I'm gonna save a little money and figure out my next step from here. My mom's from Morocco, and in her culture, it's very normal for people to stay with their parents up until their mid to late 20s. And I kind of think that's something that should be normalized more here in America, because it's really a good thing to do if you have a healthy relationship with your family and have the ability to do so. It's nice to be around your loved ones for a little longer, and it's nice to save money. So today's video is going to be all about morning routines and how to create a morning routine that works well for you. We're all different, we have different amounts of time in the morning, different things we want to spend that time doing. So it's a very personal experience, but I'm just going to give you some tips on how I formed my morning routine that I do now and how you can form one that works well for you. So I'm quite new to morning routines. I haven't been doing it for too long, probably a couple years now, and it's taken me a while to kind of figure out what works best, what I have time for. It changes day to day. Some days I have time to do a much longer morning routine if I wake up early. Other days, like today, I sleep in a bit more and I only have time for a couple things. So it's something that doesn't have to be the same every single day, but it's nice to have an outline of what you typically would like to do day to day, and then you can kind of pick and choose based off of what you have there, what works on a specific morning. But personally, having a morning routine has really positively impacted my life. It just kind of helps me jumpstart my day on a good note and be intentional about how I'm spending my time when I first wake up in the morning. So before I had a morning routine, I didn't really put much thought into what I did when I woke up. I would go straight on my phone, scroll through social media, reply to texts, whatever I wanted to do, and it wasn't a very conscious thing. It was kind of just I woke up and I did whatever I felt like doing. So there's nothing wrong with that, but I found that since incorporating an actual routine into my mornings, I'm a lot more intentional about how I spend my time, and I can actually get a really good positive start to my day when I choose to do certain things that I know are going to make me feel good in the morning. So here are some of my tips on how you can create a morning routine that works well for you. The first thing you should do is determine how much time you have in the morning. Are you someone that has to wake up and go straight to work? Are you someone that has a lot of flexibility in the mornings and you can do quite a bit? What does your morning look like? It's going to be different for everyone, but that's something you need to put a little thought into. And if you are someone who has to kind of get going in the morning, and perhaps you're in a habit where you wake up right before you need to go to work, or you leave yourself very minimal amount of time to actually do something that you enjoy in the morning and that makes you feel good, you might benefit from waking up a bit earlier, which I know is tough for most people. It's not something that sounds very enjoyable. I have personally found that it can be really enjoyable. I used to be someone who would sleep in late, wake up right before I needed to go somewhere. Some days I would sleep in until 1 p.m. and that's fine. Sleep is great. But I actually really have found enjoyment in waking up earlier and having more time in the mornings and being able to kind of take it slow and not have to rush and throw on some clothes and get to wherever I'm going. So yeah, waking up early can be actually a really positive thing, and it's definitely something that will benefit you if you're trying to incorporate more of a routine into your mornings. Next, you're going to need to determine what you actually want to do for your routine. So there are all types of things you can do for a morning routine. I like to kind of do my main self-care things in the morning, because I find as you go through the day, there is time here and there perhaps to squeeze some things in, but you get busy and you get caught up with other things you need to get done, and it's a lot harder to fit these things in. So The morning time seems to be the best time, at least for me, to kind of get some of these things into my day. Examples of things that I like to do and that you can consider are mirror affirmations. That's something I like to just get done in the morning when I'm brushing my teeth or something. Reading, I like to take some time to read. Journaling is a good thing to do in the morning. Meditation is another really nice thing to do in the morning. Yoga, you don't really need to do both. I try to do all of these things, but obviously it's a lot, and I have to decide if I'm either going to put a small amount of time into each of them or do only a few of them for a longer amount of time. So like I said, it's a very flexible thing. You don't have to do the same exact thing every day. Another thing that could be nice is taking a walk. So depending on how early you wake up, it could be really nice to go for a walk during sunrise. Just getting some fresh air can be a really nice way to start your day as well. So that's a lot of things, and there's more things that you can kind of reflect on and consider. I mean, maybe you like to paint, and that's something calming that you would like to do in the morning. Maybe you have a show that you like to watch or a podcast that you like to listen to. It can really be anything. I think the main thing is that you're intentional about it, and it's a part of your routine that's going to kind of help you start your day on a good note. That's the whole purpose of a morning routine, in my opinion. So it can be a good idea to kind of get out a notebook and pen and write down some of these options that I've mentioned, other things that come to mind, and then formulate a little routine. I'm a big time planner. I love to plan, so I have my whole morning routine laid out in my notebook. I can show you, actually. I'll take a little video of it, but that's how I like to do it, and that's not how everyone else has to do it. It's whatever works for you, but I do think it can be nice to at least have a little list of options of things that you can do in the morning so that you don't wake up and you have to think about it. You can kind of just look and see, okay, this is my option, these are my options, what am I feeling like doing today, and then go from there. I think one big thing that can be really helpful in this process is to take baby steps. So you don't have to wake up tomorrow and try to do a whole new morning routine, check it all off. Like, you don't need to make it too difficult for yourself. You can start even by making a point to not go on your phone right away when you wake up. If that's something that you do, which I think that's something most of us tend to do, make a point tomorrow morning to spend 10 minutes or so just chilling in bed. Put on some calming music, leave a book by your bedside table, and read instead of going on your phone. So any little step that you can take is going to make a big difference and going to lead to you eventually formulating these tendencies in the morning. And that is something I recommend doing to make things a bit easier for yourself, is to keep things by your bed that you can do instead of going on your phone. Keep a book by your bed. Keep a candle by your bed that you can light and kind of set the mood in the morning to be in a relaxed state. Anything that would help you with that, I think it's a really good idea to keep it near you so that you don't have to put too much effort into making this happen. And even if you do 1 to 2 things every day and that's your morning routine, I think that you will benefit a lot from that, especially if you're not really doing anything at the moment. Yeah, you'll see a huge difference in just how you feel throughout the day, and it can be really powerful. You don't need 6, 7 things like I try to do. You really only need a couple things that you make a point to do every single morning, or most mornings. I think overall a morning routine can really change your life and benefit you in all types of ways. I know I certainly have benefited a lot from mine, so I highly recommend that you put some of these tips to use and see how it goes, and let me know in the comments what you try and how you feel after trying out a morning routine that works for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Please like the video if it resonates with you, and I'll see you next time.